Welcome to Paranormal Gateway Paratalk. I'm the Scott Wise, and our first guest tonight are Grey Duck Paranormal. Grey Duck Paranormal is a passionate team of friends with upper Vanderbilt who explores the unknown with a mix of curiosity, camaraderie, and a deep respect for their spirit and mysteries they encounter. Co-founders Griffin and Grady bring their media expertise to the table. Griffin handling long-form video and with the background of editing and animation, and Grady keeping the hut alive with social media teasers and live streams. Joined up by their sister Erin and seasoned investigator Brandon, Griffin's wife Rachel and Alyssa, a close friend, came aboard after a few other time away and ready to dive back in. So without further ado, let's welcome Greg Paranormal Show.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Hey guys,
Hello.
how you doing tonight?
Good.
Happy
How
to
are
be
you?
here.
Yeah.
Hey Winter, how you doing?
He
has been quiet this whole time without fail.
Hey, everybody's available, yeah.
Yep.
It don't matter. I don't know any.
Yeah, Winter is also one of our investigators. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
No, she's
I'll have some ghosts appear too here. So
Hey, there you go.
yeah, I had one capture while we were having podcast one time.
Really?
Oh yeah,
really.
Yeah, I'll just share it.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I'll send it to you. So
That's
I
wild.
have somebody here. So it's the girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I think we have a woman here.
yeah,
but
well,
Griffin doesn't believe.
yeah, because I had her from last place too. So
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where she came from. Damn bug. I got this. We got fruit flies out there.
Jeez.
Yep.
Can't do this.
Yeah.
So I'll put talking. We'll get it started here. Do you want to get around and introduce yourself? And say what you experienced that made you want to do a paranormal group, and what made you get the name Grady with Paranormal? Is there a story around that?
Well, we originally were gonna start calling it. Well, I wanted to call it Hughes Haunts.
I just thought you would know not to Hughes, but
Yeah. But then we started collecting other folks that wanted to do it with us that aren't Hughes. So we had to expand. And we wanted
you could call it Hughes and the crew.
Yeah, Hughes and Crew.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Where were you 2 years ago? When we were
Yeah.
Where you are?
Yeah.
But we wanted to do something that was inherently related to Minnesota, where we're
Yeah.
and one of the things in Minnesota is that we don't play duck, duck, goose. We play duck, duck, gray duck.
Okay.
And so a lot of stuff here is gray duck, whatever. So we just thought we would take it. There weren't any other gray duck paranormals. And I had this vision for this like duck wearing a sheet looking like a ghost. And I thought it was so funny. So
Yeah.
it's kind of where we're at.
Oh, man, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, as far as I guess anything that kind of inspired us to start the team, our story isn't that much different than other teams probably. For me, I started watching Ghost Adventures. I lived in California at the time. I was working 2 jobs, and it was like 6 days a week. So for my free time, basically, I would just watch whatever was on TV. And when I got off of work, Ghost Adventures was always on right as I walked in the door. So I would sit down and watch, and I'd always kind of wonder what it was like to go to these places because they talk about how it feels and how it looks and the energy of a location and all that kind of stuff. So, for the last decade, for me, and I know, Grady and Rachel and Erin will kind of tap on this as well, but just having that thought in the back of your head, even while you're working your day job, you're like, man, it'd be really cool to do something different and exciting. And then a year and a half ago, we were watching Destination Fear when they went to Edinburgh Manor,
Yeah.
right before they became Project Fear.
Yeah.
And Rachel and I were watching it, and we're like, these people have to be like, the person who owns this building has to be able to be contact. Surely they're not doing anything special.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just reach out to this person and see if we can go.
Yeah, I think it was literally a conversation of, that's in Iowa. We
Mhm.
could do that. Why can't we do that?
Mhm.
And we just kind of decided we wanted to.
Yeah. And then Rachel couldn't go because of work schedule.
Yeah, and then I couldn't go because I couldn't get the time off work.
You're like, damn.
Well, to be fair, it was like a month after our wedding.
Mhm.
So I had just taken 2 weeks off for the wedding.
Oh,
I didn't have any time left. So
Yeah.
that was unfortunately, the wedding took priority over the ghost.
So it's Griffin's fault then, right?
Yeah.
They all had planned it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So go ahead, Grady.
I see your devious ways in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
fair.
I'm glad it's finally coming out and on the record.
You're a troublemaker right away. So
Mhm. Yeah, I know your game, you rogue.
You rogue.
Yeah, and you know, I guess my story is kind of goes along with that. Obviously, you know, we grew up watching the ghost shows and things like that, and having had a couple of fairly impactful paranormal experiences in my lifetime, that just kind of added that kind of fuel to the fire, so to speak. And you know, credit goes to these two. I don't know if they're in the right corner, but they're on the corner of my screen. But credit to them, because like they said, they just reached out to Edinburgh Manor one time. They're like, hey, can we come spend a night there? And you know, and the rest is history. We bought some gear and off we went. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my story. So
We only took one camera.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
We had some pretty basic stuff, like one camera. We had the EMF meter and like a digital recorder.
Well, I think at that point we had held off on like buying stuff because we were like,
Yeah.
what if this is dumb?
Yeah.
Like, we're already investing on going here. We're not going to invest a bunch of money until we know that we want to keep doing it. So
Yeah. Yep.
But immediately Griffin called me like before the sun even went down. He was like, it's going down. Like, it's happening.
Well, the very first thing that happened, obviously, we'll get to Erin here in a second, whatever, but
Nah.
something that we allude to in the second Edinburgh Manor, right at the beginning, Grady hears something run up the basement stairs as we are kind of getting settled in. And so the first time we went, literally, we're all just kind of in the gear room getting ready. Wes was on the very first one. Then he took some time off for some personal stuff. But we start walking out the back door, and I heard something run up the stairs behind me. And I thought Grady or Brandon had followed me to go use the bathroom because we didn't know where the bunkhouse was. And I turned around to hold the door, and there's nobody standing there. And I called Rachel immediately, and I was like, this place is different. I think we're experiencing what we hoped for, but this is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. That very first adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, this is.
I remember the second that you said what happened to me while I was there, and like my hair stood up on end. I was like, holy crap, this is cool. Okay, let's go. So
Yeah.
Erin.
Yeah, so I wasn't a part of the group at the very beginning as I was going through cancer treatment. And I remember being at home, being at the apartment and laying on the couch, and I get this message, I think, from Grady, and it was just like, join the Gray Duck Paranormal like Discord. And I was just like, oh my God, it's happening. Like, it's a thing. It's real. So yeah, I mean, I've only gone on like 3 so far. But now that I'm kind of exiting my treatment, we'll be full force going to stuff. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll say like the first one was like, okay. It was a little smaller location. And then we went to
The theater.
Yeah, Mines Theater.
What theater do too?
Mounds Theater in St. Paul.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to go on this year out here.
You're going to
Oh.
Ford's Theater?
Oh, we're going to the one out here
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
in Ohio. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
It's Twin. I think it's Twin City Theater or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, we
Um,
might come back to Ohio. We'll come back to that later.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
there.
you got
Oh.
to come out. We got a series coming out by the Fire Museum in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Nice.
yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. And then, so that was like my first experience. There was a couple things that were kind of suspicious and stuff, but nothing that really like made me question, kind of everything.
Yeah.
Not until we did the Masonic Lodge in Keithsburg. And I'll never forget doing the Estes method between Rachel and Grady, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I was so on edge. I was tense. I could feel like it shifted. The whole energy in the building shifted.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way to explain that in words without having experienced it firsthand. And I just, it's kind of like when you go on a roller coaster and you're first like really scared, and as you're going through it, you're like, ah! And then after you're like, okay, I want to
do it again. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, but I experienced when I was younger. I'm probably like in 5th or 6th grade. Me and brother shared bedrooms. We had 5 kids in the house, so we had bunk beds, and I always wanted top. Always, He didn't want to because she always felt off top. So I woke up and I looked over and I saw a black figure going over towards my sister's room. And then it disappeared. And I was in the cover session late after that, and I didn't say anything about it because they were something that was went away. They're just dreaming and stuff. Well, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got up and I thought it was your high. I started getting all kinds of books you could in the library. Because back then we didn't have internet.
Yeah.
Back in the old days.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
You can't look at everything, how to do stuff on the internet. And they had a lot of books on paranormal back then because they weren't a thing,
Yep.
But I got tons of shit now out there on that.
Mhm.
They can get, I read so much on that. Then, but the last thing I got ghost hunting,
Mm-hmm.
kind of wrote. And I was saying earlier about last spending all extra money on equipment. I used to write for, when I was in Pennsylvania before we were out here, I wrote for Pennsylvania Paranormal Magazine.
Oh.
And I did an article on if you want to be a ghost hunter.
Oh.
All stuff
That's
you can do, don't go buying all his equipment and stuff, because get a camera, get a voice recorder, and and maybe a video camera if you have one. If not, you can just start with that,
Yep.
and then you'll spend a lot of money on it. And then, so I did that.
Yeah.
And that, like I said about starting, I think Ghost Hunter started in 2004. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we started in 2002. So we're a couple of years now, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we said, well, we should have done that. And,
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's just something about a couple of plumbers, getting out and
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah.
They're some of my, I mean, there's certainly, there's controversy around every one of the big popular shows. And, do they fake evidence?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, to be honest, like I take a lot of inspiration from those early people, like Jason and Grant, where they, especially their early seasons, where they went into a location and instead of just saying, hey, this is haunted, hey, that bump was paranormal, that noise was a ghost, they went in and were like, hey, that pipe is rattling in the wall, that's going to cause, a noise, That's cool to me, and so that's kind of how I approach some of our investigations, and not necessarily like, I'm not going to go into Edinburgh Manor and say, well, this place isn't haunted, because obviously we know it probably is, but I like to look at the stuff that we gather, the evidence that we gather, and try my best to kind of debunk it and try and figure out, is there a rational explanation for what we're hearing, what we're seeing? Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. So that's kind of, anyway, long story short, I take a lot of inspiration from those early guys. So,
and that's really helpful when we're doing the review, and we can do a deep dive on like video editing and stuff later on or whatever. But Grady does the kind of the first draft of all of our reviewing footage and stuff. He's like 2 investigations ahead of me. And when I open up a project file, I can see how he's laid it out, and I can see everything he's marked and what he thinks it is. So I go in and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is great, because now I have something to go off of. And whether or not we decide that that's, what it is, or, how I formulate the voiceover or whatever, it's really good to have somebody that's not just immediately like, yeah, this is all paranormal.
I rule that when in doubt, throw it out.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we like to show it just to make sure people know that we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Talking about being our single approach for I think a celebration out back. They want us to do serious for them, and we look at the contract and stuff, and all the stuff that happened there, you have to go through, and we try to do it because we wanted to go and do investigation, and if we didn't find anything, we still want them to show. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we definitely have some videos where that's the case, and
so whatever. Now we.
It's a little frustrating because it's like you can't convey, like Erin was saying, that emotion of like being there and like knowing how it felt. And it's hard to translate that. When Griffin and I were talking about this yesterday, of like, it's hard to translate that into a video without doing the like horror movie tropes, or like you don't have the tension building or whatever. So it's hard to convey that. But I think that those videos still definitely have value. It certainly shows you that we're not just out here, tying fishing line to things and dragging them across the floor.
You see it enough on YouTube. That's so hard out there to get good evidence. Got the assholes out there trying to, ruin everything for people. Like we like to have fun. Can't do it. Have fun. And I said to a new group I joined, if we're going to make this all serious, okay, fine. That's what we're here for, clients and stuff like that. But we get other occasions, I want to have fun too.
Yeah. 100%.
And we also decided against, like, I have back in my closet, I got like 2 DVR systems and a bunch of cables I don't even use anymore. They collected dust back there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really should we stop doing that, because we get these places with charge an exorbitant amount of money.
Oh yeah.
These places, we got right now we have 8-10 people on our team now. So if we got these big places, these charge $5 a night, then it was like $50 per room. But I don't mind doing that because it's going to,
definitely. And we put in that position too. Like when we did some of those bigger locations on our road trip last year. We did Waverly and we did Trans-Allegheny, and like those are expensive. But when you cut it up between 10 people, it's not so bad. But then there's also it's limiting, because like we went to Farrar last year, and now that it's a big location, we can't get back in there. It's just too expensive for that size of a location. It's prohibitive to letting other people get into the community.
And the one I was talking about, it's called the Twin Opera House last year.
Okay.
It's working huge. So we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Where in Ohio are you?
Fresh out of time, once in a while it comes out. So
sure.
No.
I'm not. If you're those just folks, I apologize.
Oh, yeah. You're fine. Yeah, where in Ohio are you?
Pow.
Oh,
Powell?
Pow. Powell.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
What is that like? Is
it's-
that like Cincinnati, Cleveland, Columbus?
It's 20 minutes from Columbus.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We were just in Columbus on our road trip.
Yeah, Pow. Oh, no, because I probably got something neat.
Yeah.
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 Good beers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on the north side of Columbus, I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's an awesome place to live. And it's kind of expensive, but you got a pretty good deal with her going through here. You know, she knew the person. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice place out there. We got everything with the damn drive from here.
Yeah.
Sure.
My son
Definitely.
walks off the street door. So
Jeez.
yeah.
Well, you certainly have a lot of cool paranormal stuff out there too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah. The
Kinda
museum, fire museum going to is we got 5th time going.
Okay.
And then the first time for new group I got. So
Nice.
I got
Wow.
a lot of stuff out of there.
Hmm.
My one girl is West J saw a full body apparition.
A full body for real?
Jeez.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they actually in the fire ant suit.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was setting up my computer doing stuff, and she's, your mother, what the happened to you? And she goes, I think I saw something. I thought it was you. I was like, I'm down here the whole way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
She just sit down for a while. She said, I just saw something. I was like, lucky you.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see tons of shadows there a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of shadows playing there.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
We'll have
Wow.
to check. Yeah, we'll have to check that out. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
I mean, they were doing donation base for a while, but I think people did donate properly, you know. But I always put like $40 in when I go.
Oh, sure.
It's just the same as everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a new group are kind of new and something out, and they don't just so much from. Yeah, I told well, if you want to go, they change it now that it is $100 now from 9:30 to I think 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
That's not too bad.
Got 2
Yeah.
extra hours
Yeah.
Yeah.
for West County 140. So
Nice.
if you, I told my favorite the extra show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Was
I just told me that if each person puts in $10, they people go. I'll put
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Madison Seminary, the place that was asking people to use their equipment?
Uh,
That was a place in Wisconsin.
Oh,
was it-
was it?
was it,
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just thought of that, but
Yeah.
Madison
Whatever.
Seminary is
Yeah.
in Ohio, right?
right, that's why I was thinking of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you guys are planning on getting the hours of them now.
What was that? I'm so sorry.
You guys are thinking about getting DVRs of them now.
Oh,
You know what? It's funny that you say that. I had thought about it. I think I was just scrolling Facebook like a couple weeks ago, and I saw in Marketplace somebody local was selling like a DVR system, and I just for a second I thought that'd be really cool for investigations, and then I kept scrolling. But it's occurred to us, or at least me, you know. The problem is like we have like a security camera system here at the house, but it relies on like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know, and
Mhm.
I really don't want to like run just a bunch of cable all over the place. So that kind of
That is a hand, but
yeah.
cable.
Yeah.
Well, and
How can bag get back here full cables?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing weighs about 100 pounds.
100%. They're so heavy. And then our other issue is that
It's 20 pounds, everybody else 100 pounds with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
is that Griffin does all of our editing, and
Yeah.
so
Wow.
it's like
Yeah.
the more points of view for the camera is just not really what we need right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We would do ourselves better by investing in other equipment at this point.
What y'all do is get like 4 DVR cameras.
yeah.
If it's just set up static locations around.
Yep.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
because we got the best evidence. See her ever put town elementary school?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Them?
Post
First
town.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
For 2 times, one time for a weekend.
Okay.
We called basketball flying for sure in the
Oh,
auditorium. Yeah.
Nice.
crazy.
I hear that place is pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
not surprised.
got tons to share later too.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Griff, I mean, we do have, I mean, it's not DVR, but we do have the static cameras that, we put down. So
Yeah.
we do have those. So,
Yeah, those do
They
pretty
do
well.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had any more, I'd probably throw myself out a window though.
Oh no.
It's so much reviewing. It's so much work.
Yeah, thinking
Just make sure it's the first door and
yeah. Thankfully, we just live in a
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
we live in a 1-story house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You have to,
if he goes out, it's not going to be too bad. It's just going to
Yeah.
be.
no, you have to go invest in a Grady Wolf airbag defender.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Nice. Good Lord.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I was just seeing the other day about this bungee jumper that missed it. He did. He did.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Just a bungee
Okay.
jumper.
It was kind of weird because you bounce the ground. They then really airbag.
Oh my god.
Holy. Wow. Oh no.
Wow.
holy cow. Okay
I
then.
suppose that's
Yeah.
like a measure twice, cut once sort of situation there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, they missed about 10 feet.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Yeah, I guess people do stupid
That's
shit.
awful.
Oh,
We
jeez.
we're York, Pennsylvania. We're known for the fairgrounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Years and years and years. And they had bungees on one time. I think I said, no.
No.
My friend did. And I just said, like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because you get that really gone into the store. You know, we just graduated high school. We got on party for a week at the store.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, well, I might have to call somebody else to go if you don't make it.
Oh my god.
To pay your way.
Yeah. Yeah. No
Yeah.
bungee jumping for me, nah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go
Absolutely
swim.
not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Especially after hearing that, I'll pass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he was the one in charge of paraphernalia. So,
Yeah.
there
Could
you go.
never be me. Absolutely not.
No.
no.
Yeah. Good Lord.
So you guys just go stick with the video cameras and record
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
For now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do Great Duck
Yeah.
bungee jumping later.
Yeah.
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 Grey Duck Extreme Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So
Good Lord.
I talk about your investigation you had, or
What was that?
investigation you had a Grady Hammer, whatever it was.
Oh.
Best one?
Where'd you go?
Man, Griffin and I have been into this stuff for a really long time, like he was saying. We always watch the shows and whatever, and we always kind of like we didn't really believe in it, but like to entertain the idea of ghosts. I think it's fun and to explore. And then we went to Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, and that experience rattled the cages for me. I have never been more terrified in my life. I almost quit the investigation and went and sat out in the car for the rest of the night. It was just one thing after another for Griffin and I. When we first got there, the first hour and a half to 2 hours was just like boom, boom, boom. We saw an apparition of a cat. We
Oh, cool.
doors slamming shut. We were seeing stuff moving around. We were hearing noises. It felt like somebody was just like right up on you the entire time we were there. And just the history of that building is so awful. And hearing what they did to women and folks who were disabled.
Yeah.
is just outrageous. And so you really feel the heaviness of that in the building. But yeah, it was up until that point that I was still like on the fence about whether or not any of this is real. And that experience changed me for sure. I'm not the same investigator I was after we left that location.
I've always wanted to do that. They get there yet. So.
Yeah. It's quite the place, that's for sure.
It was outrageous.
I mean, I certainly didn't have the same level of experiences as they did.
That was the most frustrating part.
I know. My night was actually a little on the quiet side.
It's always that way.
Yep.
Yep.
But even though it was quiet, like, and we've talked about this several times now, you can feel that the heaviness in there, the energy. It, like Erin said, it's kind of hard to put into words exactly what that feels like, unless you've been there and done it. And yeah, it's even though I had a quiet night there, I still say it's probably my one, definitely number 2 on my list of places we've been. So,
what's your number 1?
I gotta say Edinburgh, just because that was our first place, obviously.
No love like the first love.
Exactly. Except, well, anyway, I won't go into that.
It could be true for me because Jerry was married to my wife 25 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Oh, yeah. Old.
Yeah. I'm old too. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, hey Brandon.
Brandon.
The
okay.
Brandon Schumacher.
Guy keeps looking his hat.
Yeah.
He is. I read name. Sorry, I didn't make good one. Next time.
Hey Brandon. So yeah, Edinburgh, just like I said, just because it was the first place, but I mean, we've experienced so many things at Edinburgh. I've experienced so many things. I had probably the most terrifying experience I've had was the running in the basement. It was at Edinburgh. Like,
yeah,
it's such a subtle. I was thinking about this before we came on, but it's such a subtle thing that happened. But like every time I think about it, like I get like the chills because I still can't explain it. Like I go through it at least once a week, and that sounds crazy. But I think about it. I go, okay, is there anything that I can think of that rationalizes what happened? And I can't. So,
yeah.
Anyway, long story short, that's my number 1. So
yeah.
We also spent some time the last time we were there, just a few months ago. Now, we were there for 2 days, so I spent I don't know, about 30 minutes, 45 minutes just walking up and down the stairs, touching the railing. I couldn't recreate it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah.
Because it is nice when 2 people get the same evidence, even if it's across 2 different investigations.
Yeah.
The first time I thought for sure I had hallucinated it or something.
Yeah, because you're like excited.
Yeah, hearing Grady on camera walking down the stairs, he goes, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yes, yes, I'm not crazy."
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, then Erin, last time we were there, you heard a similar thing. You heard the steps down right in that same area.
Yeah. And I had forgotten that that's where you heard those footsteps, because I wasn't there the first 2 times that you guys went.
Yeah.
And, and it was even during the daytime, and we were just walking around as a group, and it was so bizarre. It just really like you could hear the steps running away from you. It wasn't like someone was running in place. It was like there it was.
That's exactly. I mean, it's to the letter exactly what I heard too. Like they they ran off away from me.
Yeah. And
there's nobody in the basement. Nobody else was moving. Nobody else was certainly running.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So yeah, I don't know.
Maybe y'all getting a favorable fast. There you go. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You do a home reception downstairs.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, I'll do that Homer Simpson and just fade into the wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. I think my favorite has probably been either Waverly, just because it's such a legendary location, or Trans-Allegheny for the same reason. But rolling up to Trans-Allegheny is one of the most goosebump-inducing
Oh, yeah. I
clips
bet.
that we have, because we didn't know where we were going, but all of a sudden on the GPS you see the little white and black checkered flag, and we're like, oh boy, we're close. And then you look out the window and you see these giant brick walls
Yeah.
with, barbed wire fence or whatever's on the top, and you're like, oh, I mean, it just looks like a castle.
Yeah, it does.
It's so intimidating.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like it came out of nowhere.
Graffiti there too.
There isn't a lot of it. They
Really?
take really good care of that
Yeah.
location.
Oh,
And realistically, we only saw the one main building, so it may not be as bad. But like the main building is really well taken care of, and they've done a really good job there restoring things and preserving the history of the people that were housed there, because that's important. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that location is sweet, but it's tough. I think we've gotten pretty lucky with all of our investigations, because Edinburgh is really good. Farrar was really good. Masonic was really good. Greyhound was fun. I mean, we got some really interesting spirit box responses at the Greyhound Bus Museum.
Greyhound was fun, but it was so cold.
It was,
It was stupid cold.
yeah, it was cold.
Below zero. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like -30
And
with
it was-
wind chill. So it was like it was disgusting how cold it was. And it was like seeping in through the walls of this well-insulated building.
Yeah.
And it was like there was nowhere you could go to get away from it. It was just upsetting. And it was like I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was like going into a hypothermic shock.
Oh God. Okay.
It wasn't
Flipping into a coma.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, here we go.
yeah.
All of a sudden you guys are hunting for my ghost.
She's right here.
Beep,
Yeah,
beep,
so-
beep, 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 beep.
I don't know. I like.
Joel, the friendly ghost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
I would be so friendly. I would give the best EVPs.
Yes.
Now you be throwing triggers on your husband. Don't be asking. You know,
100%. I chase him up the stairs every time.
Yep. Yep.
you hide his keys and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that wouldn't be very difficult.
I was hanging out.
No, that's 100% a joke. I'm the one that loses things in our house. Griffin
I
is
leave
always
everything.
finding my stuff.
I leave everything in the same spot always.
Yep. Yep.
Not anymore. Not when I'm a ghost.
I think
Yeah,
that's
that's
called
true.
something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the road trip was awesome. Awesome. And
Mhm.
yeah. I mean,
Licking
it's-
County was really cool too.
Yeah, Licking County
Yeah.
in Ohio, the historic jail in Newark.
Mhm.
It was such a cool way to open our road trip. That was our first location, and then 2 days later we hit Trans-Allegheny, and then 2 days after that we went to Waverly. So it was boom, boom, boom. And to have Licking County was really smart. It was completely on accident that things kind of worked out that way.
Yeah.
But I am so glad we had kind of a more chill investigation. We did get some weird voices.
And I was scared. Like
Mhm.
that scared the living daylights out of me too.
Yeah, not a super active location, but compared to 2 days later when we go to Trans-Allegheny, and I was like, Licking County was cool, but I hope we get more. And then by the end of that night, I was like,
God, I really hope we get less.
Yeah, can we back it off a little bit? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so yeah.
Oh, well.
Erin, what has been your favorite so far?
Definitely just, given that, I have so few, but Edinburgh, for the fact that when we did that Estes method in the children's room, and the name Walter,
Mhm.
the name was Walter, kept coming up through the spirit box. And so then I think on the way home or something, I said, we should look into that. And it just so happened that when I got home that night, I logged onto YouTube and I pulled up. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch the first 2 videos of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Now that I actually know the place, and I just kind of wanted to like rewatch them.
Yeah.
And in the first video, Grady, I think it was you made contact with someone named Walter.
Yeah.
And that was 2 years before we went, like before I went.
Yeah.
And I literally just almost like crapped myself
Yeah.
when I saw it. Like when I heard it, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Like I said, it could be Grey Wolf depends on, huh?
yeah.
Yes, that would be such a good sponsorship.
Yeah.
But for real, it was like, thinking that like 2 years apart.
Yeah. Get
that
the same name.
would come through. And then I think we found out that there was someone named Walter that was there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I had two ones that were one was just about which one I thought Post Town. The Wolf there's the share. And Henry House. Guys are here in the house.
Yeah.
We
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Hinsdale.
Hinsdale.
House.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weekend up there in February.
Okay.
Cold.
I bet that was cold. Yeah.
Yeah, it was colder now.
But we picked up this weird noise in the wood.
Ooh.
And it sounded like it couldn't be fun. It sounded like Bigfoot went in the orgy. Look at that.
My God.
Now, you want me to play for you?
Thank you.
I could play for you if you want to hear it real quick.
Let's hear it. Why not?
Yeah, you pull it up.
Holy cow.
I
mean,
first you'll hear something messing up his quarter. It's on the porch. And then you'll hear it in the background.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we have cats fight? Yeah. Okay.
what the heck?
You goes down for 3 minutes straight.
What the heck?
Yeah, what is that?
I don't like that at all.
That's super creepy.
I'd just be like, you know what, pack it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're done.
Anything to do with noises in the woods and stuff, nah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That went over for 3 minutes straight.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and the woods around that house are supposed to be very haunted. So I mean,
that's true.
Yeah. And we can say this over the videos here, and we have time after one more video then.
Yeah.
We did investigation this weekend at a haunted trail woods.
Oh, cool.
That'll be interesting.
We got this thing darn across. Look like a.
Whoa.
Dang.
I'll show you that if you want to.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
All right. I have some of your. I have the ghost tube back off. I like that one.
Oh yeah, that was from
back off. Okay.
The first Edinburgh. Yep.
I'm going.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well,
back off. Yep.
Just back to F up. I've been sworn to before. I've called FA already, and
yeah.
I mean, I also was told I love you. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, that's positive.
Yeah.
Did it just say you're beautiful?
Yeah. Thank
He
you.
just said you're really funny and kind.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
fun.
Yep.
Heard it.
Yep.
I heard that.
There's something in here, that little red light. Right there in the middle of the floor.
Here, I'll even show you. Any of the kids who want to play with this, all you got to do is get really close to it. You don't even have to touch it unless you want to.
Back off.
Wow. Okay.
Did that just say back off?
It sure did. You see that? Back off.
Back off.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Wes.
Yeah, that's our friend Wes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wes.
Wes. Yeah, that's
That's sorry. That was the same room that we had our Estes method and
Yeah.
the name
Yep.
Where you get the Walter.
Mhm.
Yep. We've had a lot of stuff happen in that kid's room, actually. So
Mhm.
that
That side of the side
that
of
light.
the building.
What'd you say, Griff?
I was gonna say that entire side of the building is way more active for some reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yep. That's where you had the light anomaly in there too.
Yeah.
That's where you had the REM pod response too, right? Where you were like, where you and Wes were in the pool room.
Yeah, we have that clip actually.
Oh well, okay, never mind then. Oh yeah.
And on that side of the building upstairs is where we found that chair in the closet.
The
The
pink chair.
So
The pink chair,
this
yeah.
is, I don't know if this is in our video, but during a live stream on our location when we were there, we had somebody that claimed to be a sensitive in the
live chat.
live chat.
Mhm.
And they were telling us about a pink chair, and there was this woman and she was in a pink chair, and we were looking and we couldn't find it, and she was saying like she doesn't like the chair being there, like it needs to be moved and all this stuff. And I opened a closet and there was just a pink chair in the closet by itself. So we pulled it out, we put it next to a window.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, I hope that's,
And it
good enough
wasn't
for you, but
it wasn't like a chair that had a little pink on it. It's like pink plastic.
it was like a pink plastic chair. Yeah.
Completely pink. So there was like no mistaking. I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
That was pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was on that side of the building too,
Yeah.
just outside the red room.
Yes.
Red,
Yeah.
red,
Yep.
rum,
Red rum.
Yeah,
Yep. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Go there. Of all places.
Yes. Bucket list. Yep.
Yeah, Grady.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious.
Gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun.
This has been super fun.
The next one is, let me see if I'll do the next Edinburgh one. It's 4 of you.
Okay.
That the spirit box. That's
Spirit box response.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
okay.
There we go. 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good.
Something that I didn't even put together the first time I edited that. I was like, there's 4 of us there.
Yeah.
Why didn't I edit this? I'm so dumb. Yeah.
Good.
And there's help me.
Help me.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any children here with us tonight? We heard that little. What was that? We heard that there's a little girl named Susie. And then a little Susie. And then a little Susie.
Yeah. Everything's there.
Yeah.
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 That whole sequence is really
That whole
Holy
sequence
place.
is crazy. to watch.
After get there.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I think, our first EVP. I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's
Wow.
another spirit box live there.
Oh yeah.
Did you live here? Or did you work here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've had really good luck with the spirit box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's my favorite, and I definitely wear these guys out a lot with it because I want to keep it on.
Yeah.
I'm all about the instant gratification, and so I love the back and forth with the spirit box. That's really good stuff.
I wrote with my group. We'll do like an hour or so spirit box, and it's just do just sporadic records of that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Go back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah.
But because that last night I was sitting down and talked for a while, and just picked up, just talking back and forth. How's your day? Griffin. How'd it go? You get talking to you in the background.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times, the first thing I do is I'll go and put a recorder on, really. Because I do, I take a voice recorder, and a lot of voice recorders you get there, hang them up, kind you get, they're better, but I always use external mics.
Oh, okay.
And I actually use a, what they call a lapel mic,
Oh, sure.
and I have no wires down my back. And then I hook them up on my hanger.
Oh, that's smart.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I lock the recorder and put them high. Because a lot of times it happens if you're holding the recorder, you don't have mic on.
Yeah.
A lot of them gets it to make a noise.
That's a really good idea.
That is a good idea. I never even considered
And
that.
they're like $2. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Grab a couple for next
Yeah,
time.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Another thing I do, I have is one of the external speakers with I can plug in voice recorder, because sometimes we'll do burst sessions,
Sure.
and then check.
And just listen to it right there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Another thing they do is we had like 9 people one time investigation. We're at Alden Mansion, and we sat around and we set the recorder on, and we went around. Each person had a set question. I said, I had a cane then. I get around with a walker now, but at a cane time, I said, where am I holding the hand? And we went around, and it actually said cane for me. And the other guy said, what do I have in my mouth? And I said, gum. Because he had gum.
Oh,
Wow.
But we got a couple of different responses. Like,
yeah,
and
that's cool.
I think I just felt my friend was working 50 hours a week, so I go his evidence. And he used the same mic I do.
Yeah.
And I got I start his, and I'm like, what the hell is that noise? I hear, he's chewing gum the whole freaking time.
No! No!
Oh.
Pissed at him.
I would be so mad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No way. Especially because I'm a.
That was an AR investigation. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Oh.
I love Water Evans. I could not say it now, dear hours. Especially you people. I love them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think we've all done things like that. Like Griffin, you're critical about like your camera skills. Like, why am I looking this way? What am I doing? And that stuff happens, unfortunately. And then you look back on it, you go, what the hell was I doing? What am I thinking? Like,
I'm not going to go part of the investigation in Hungary because he has a growl and something.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's Grady growl.
That was my problem. That was my problem a couple of months ago at Edinburgh. My stomach just would not stop. It drove me insane.
Yeah.
My dog can do it. My dog can say hi.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi, Maya.
She hears you shake her tail.
Hi, Maya.
Yeah.
I see a picture of her with her head up like this.
Oh.
Cool.
She does. Joanne promised to cover. She was sick last few days. She had a swollen face. She had to take her doctor.
Oh, poor babe.
She's ready for a Benadryl. Okay, that's too soon.
That'll happen.
Yep.
One time, my dog had a really swollen neck, and I was really nervous. Put him in the
I
car.
was scared.
Yeah, and I backed my car right up into a tree because I was trying so hard to get out of the driveway. It was trying to be
Yeah.
fast. I slammed into it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and so then I just put it in drive, tried again, and went to the vet. I didn't even get out and look. I was so scared.
Yeah.
Today's our last day. All swellings is down now, so
Yeah,
I'm happy for that.
That's good. Yeah.
that's good.
Well, I still have to take our pills for a couple weeks yet, but
Yeah.
oh, yeah. I got 3 here that are Farrar. Which one was that one?
For our school?
For our
Yeah.
school,
Yeah, I've got 3 of those.
I think those are EVPs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
we had some good stuff there. That was my first investigation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got a. We'll start with the Get Down There.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So clear.
Yeah.
The other one is Get Out. If you want to play
Yeah.
that one too. These 2 happen pretty quick.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's Farrar. It should be EVP Get Out. It should be Farrar underscore EVP underscore.
Right. I've found out one scene.
Oh yeah, I forgot this was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and play this one.
Yeah, it's just like a or something.
It goes ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
Yeah.
There's a melody to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's right outside the auditorium on the top floor.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, talent
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't have it here, but we had investigation at a church that built in 1818. We just picked up a choir singing there.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll have to
wow.
send it to you then, but
Yeah.
yeah, please. I would love to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
I love old
Yeah.
churches. They're so
The one
cool.
more there, I think we have from. I think that's it for them.
It might be. I don't remember how many I sent.
Yeah, I think
And it's all right. We didn't have to watch them all anyways. If people just want to go watch our videos, that's fine.
Yeah, just go subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
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 Let me,
Yeah, for-
let me pull the we went to the investigation fest weekend in the woods, and I just share my screen for you skills.
Sure.
Think about not going back there.
Sure.
I'll show you. Let me just roll up in the middle.
It's gonna be the bungee jumping guy.
I probably got that somewhere.
No, thank you. But that's what I thought that Jordan, and that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was paced for a couple of times to it goes like this.
Hi, Naomi Moore here with Ohio Valley Paranormal.
Oh, that's not
Today
it.
we
Sorry.
are investigating.
Oh, that's fine.
That's our new team. Here it is.
Oh, creature in the woods.
Okay.
Here we go.
Love.
Oh,
What the heck?
Holy shit.
Buttercup.
Seriously.
what?
No, thank you.
What
What?
the heck?
Love.
What?
Holy shit.
Jeez Louise. What is that?
Seriously.
We don't know.
Yeah,
Huh.
I think that guy had the best reaction. Holy shit!
Yeah.
He put it out on Ghost Tube. He had the Ghost Tube thing running, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
So I got that, and I still fighting that ball.
That's
Real
crazy.
quick. I have to do a local sheriff. Don't stand up. Look video. Download.
That was terrifying.
Yeah, that's one of the I never thought I'd see it before. But he saw it was all right. That's why I said, "What the hell?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
Here's that ball, Sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Goes down.
I was gonna say do a full screen. Yeah.
Wow, that looks like Farrar.
Yeah.
Elementary school.
Whoa.
Oof. That had some force to it.
Yeah.
They get like lifted off the chair almost.
I've heard that place is crazy, so that's really cool.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Dang. We were hoping to get that kind of stuff at Farrar. We got a lot of weird sounds at Farrar, but
Yeah, we got a lot of EVPs and some good spirit box. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got the name of that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
We got some really good audio stuff, but not a ton of visual.
Yeah.
If any at all, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, you Alexander Rams tried to go to New York. New York is a lot of stuff over there. Well, him and the house left bird.
Yeah. Hinsdale. Yep.
Farmer Historic Museum and Phelps General Store is up there. I got the creepiest EVC from their store.
Weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I can play it.
Yeah. Sure.
I'll tell you a quick story now, but the general store was built back in the early 20s, and there's a family fire, and the whole family was killed except for the husband who was on business like in Chicago.
Okay.
And maybe he was there. I think it was. Yeah, yeah, but just built on that land and museum, and they kept locked down. Anyways, there was a fire one wintry morning, and all the kids aged 2 to 12, I think, perished in a fire along with the mother.
Jesus.
And but the weirdest thing is that 2 of their names, one was Sharon, that's my wife's name. One was Susan, that's my wife's sister.
Oh.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, the guy who helps with the volunteers at the museum wanted to come along that night, and sure, he knows all the museum stuff, so it's good to have somebody there who knew that stuff. Well, we're sitting there. I bring my computer all the time to the station. Sometimes I was sitting and do stuff. I'll be multitasking, and then transfer something over to USG stick. And it says, there's a reason at least working over there. Because in there, I'm just downloading something. I just in there with and then immediately after that, I got a voice from downstairs saying, come on down with us.
No.
We all float down here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear.
I will respectfully decline.
I'll stay where I'm
Thanks,
at.
but no thanks.
Yeah, here. Don't say I have here. You can. Oh, you could be kidding me. Oh, I don't have it here.
Oh.
Or I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, I would love
Yeah, we love that kind of stuff. So absolutely.
Yeah, we thought
Yeah.
that's the case where that Maryland that they had a weird little girl they picked up from school and
Jeez.
she was crying and stuff because she missed her mommy, I guess.
Oh my God.
But
Yeah.
they want us to do a say with we did Indian feather say and stuff. And I was doing
Okay.
video recording this stuff, and we picked up her crossing over,
Oh.
and you can hear it on this recording I have here, and it has two bangs that we didn't hear.
Yeah.
And then you hear a little girl saying, "I think I'm crossing over, mother."
Oh
What?
my God.
This one.
Oh my gosh.
Turn up a little bit. I think I turn up over here, maybe. You have to listen real closely.
Oh. Oh my, yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa, man,
Yeah.
that gave me chills.
Yeah, I get chills all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Jeez.
Because
bonkers.
we don't like the stage and I feel really honest to. Because that was our thing. Because we don't we offer it. But now they did I'm doing that stuff for years. So
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable with them doing that. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird because like when people play stuff like EVPs and they capture visual stuff on video, you're like, dang, that's unbelievable. That's how good that is. But then you think about being in a location when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yes.
we've heard weird stuff at Edinburgh and at Masonic and at Trans-Allegheny, and your blood like runs cold for like a minute. You're just like,
Mhm.
oh, I don't know if that was real or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listening back, I mean, there's so much people get that is just mind blowing to me. It's really cool to
yeah.
see other people's
Yeah.
capture.
EVPs honestly are I think obviously I like to see, like the photographs or whatever.
Yeah.
But EVPs to me, I think, are just the most fascinating thing. Obviously, there's
Yes.
different qualities and stuff like that, but like really clear EVP is just it's just amazing to me. So
Yeah, definitely. That's the way I am. Because and also if you get somebody else they shoot the same thing you do, and then that just makes it more
Yeah.
was the voice inviting you downstairs at that time? I don't know. What do you think, Scott? Were they inviting you downstairs or were they inviting you down further?
Oh, I don't know. we have now we're all there from the case that's house they get to hell. But screaming and
Jesus.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
I got I'm gonna hear that place the cemetery at that church.
Yeah.
We got an apparition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll show it to you.
I guess we better go back to Ohio here, Griff. So.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
here it is. I'll play it
Okay.
again. Got Ross.
Oh.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I see it. Oh, I completely missed it the first time. It
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can
Comes
kind
from
of-
the right side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ross.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something here. I think I have one more thing here. I'll take off your time prior to you. You guys, it's something.
Oh yeah.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I found the ghost choir.
Oh,
All right.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
Let's go.
very excited for this one. Oh. It's a ghost.
Yeah, I'll play again. Turn it up. Let's see. Come on, come there, bitch. There you go. Sorry.
You're good. Yeah. I can hear it.
Whoa.
Plus that spooky arm in front of the camera. What's
Yeah,
that?
that's it.
He said, "That's it." The guy waved, make sure. Make sure.
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 But I
Yeah,
think
that's
Crazy because that's not mistakable. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what that sound
as
is.
we looked, I started to find him. Back then, I couldn't get that master.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's one. It sounds like the love they're running, but the love they're running, I found him not like it. So, but I was actually picked up on the audio from the video camera.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dang.
That's really cool.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think they do that station there anymore. I think that church goes down. Another thing cool about that church, the cemetery, they had a family of members that died on Titanic.
Oh.
I see.
And the one boy had my birthday, August 20th.
Okay.
Yeah, one was
It's almost Griffin's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
August 19th.
Oh, really? My niece is August 19th.
All right.
Wow.
People.
Yeah.
Leo.
August rocks.
That's right.
What's that? Right. My
No
sis-
way.
My
Get out of
sister's
here.
My sister's in August. My mom's August. I'm in August. My niece is in August. And one of my friends' mom's in August. And a daughter of my friend is August 20th. So
Crazy.
Wow.
guess it, August rock.
Grady's
Yeah.
birthday is in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
What are you
so
gonna be
did
like?
June.
47?
Oh my God.
62, I'm pretty sure. I feel like it. So,
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to a couple weeks the day of our mansion or a Mansfield investigation at fire museum that afternoon morning we're gonna have a table set up at the Fairfield
Fairfield? Yeah.
the Paratalk there.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
I made some stickers for us.
Aw.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
I designed
Okay.
the logo.
I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like it.
I've just started to website check out too. It's a work in progress.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Everything I
Yeah.
do is a work in progress.
Mhm.
Everything's a work in progress.
well, it's
I'm a
just
work.
like me building stuff. I'm gonna have that everything is done tomorrow. I'll show you and then. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
because I'd probably do a made to order. Because
Yeah.
but
I'd get some for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Nice.
I've been little one long time. I want charge. I always go for though. I do a first one. So,
Yeah.
It's shipping
Yeah.
and me. So. Well, now that after how two people they pay for something like that, so I know
Yeah.
I knew I'd get for it. Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you lose? You want to talk about anything got coming up?
Griff?
Or is this
we?
is it hot?
Well,
Oh, no.
No.
we do have, yeah. So we do have an investigation coming up. When? A couple weeks? When is that?
June 13th.
June. Okay, so a week and a half.
Yeah.
We'll be at
Yeah.
Malvern Manor and
God, you suck.
and,
Okay.
okay, that's it.
Yeah.
There.
I
I've
see
been on
how
a
it
book to
is.
this for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had the guy that owns it there on my
Oh.
podcast.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Say
Yep.
hi.
We will.
do.
We will.
So at the same night, half of our team will be at the Villisca Axe Murder House. So it's a split investigation. So
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah.
Then what do we got later this summer? We have our second road trip,
Yep.
and we'll be where? Ashmore Estates.
Ashmore,
Where's that at?
States.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, Western
That's not too
Indiana.
far from me.
Yeah,
No?
it's right on the border of.
I think it's 6 hour drive from me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ashmore and then
Randolph.
Infirmary.
Yep.
Mhm.
We're
And
going to be in a couple weeks.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Heck
actually,
yeah.
for our group, for being not to investigate, just be there for our group.
Oh,
Just
okay.
for fun.
We'll set tail up and stuff, and
Yeah.
we're going to do readings.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then
Cool.
we'll be at Indiana State Sanatorium.
Boy, you're busy.
Yeah, we're really excited
Yeah.
for that.
Yes.
Indiana trip.
You're
It's so-
lucky because the only kids you have are pets, so you get away.
That's right.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
cool.
Otherwise, we'll be assisting a kind of a first time event up in Duluth, Minnesota later this summer too, where we'll be helping do some paranormal tours on a boat that's haunted. So
Oh, I heard about that.
yeah.
Yeah, because I heard about it last year. They're kind of a haunted cruise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we were one of the first paranormal teams to be able to investigate the William A. Irvin. So if you watch our video for that, but they've invited us back to help facilitate tours for their guests.
How far is that from here, you think?
From here, well, from us to you, it's about 10 hours, and then it's about 2 hours north for us, depending on how fast you drive.
All right, so where's that at?
Duluth, Minnesota.
Yep.
Oh, curious.
In reality, you could probably kick it up through Wisconsin and bypass Minnesota altogether.
Yeah.
Save
Yeah,
yourself
that's
some
true.
time.
Yeah. So I figured it would probably take you
12 hours,
10 and a half, 11 hours, something like that. Yeah. So,
depending on if you
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Ship.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
ship is really fun.
It's cool.
it is. It is
Yeah.
a super
Yeah.
cool place.
You
It's
guys-
not
guys,
something that you would expect to be like super haunted, but there's definitely something going on there. So it's kind of cool.
Also hot as hell.
For your road trip, it's long distance. Did you guys ever rent vans or anything?
we
don't-
have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say we haven't rented any vehicles or anything, but to do the road trip last year, Grady Grady brought a little camper or mini trailer.
We bought a camper, a used camper.
Grady and his wife and bought a camper for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
We have a logo on the back of it, and yeah, we've been staying at campsites while we're doing the road trips and staying in the camper. So it's been a lot of fun actually. So
it's so funny when people pull up to you guys at like gas stations and like, we were following you and we checked out the YouTube channel while we were driving. They're like, oh, don't do that.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when
So
you're driving.
It's so cool though.
I'm going to get a mystery machine. That's what I want to get.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Old school, like it.
Yep.
Scooby-Doo.
Mhm. I like it.
That'd be really cool.
Yep.
Actually, they had one of the Paratalk ones. They had one.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
cool.
they have that. They have the Ghostbuster car.
No.
Ghostbuster car. And
That's
the
cool.
love to
big
see
blow
that.
up with three pop bar from me in there. They're 20 feet tall.
Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This year it
Jeez.
almost blew over. So Frick Money's gone. Yeah, how that get the car washes, those things you go all around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how we got.
God.
Jeez.
That's funny.
Yeah. Right, guys. I had a blast.
Likewise.
Yeah.
This was
Likewise. Thank you for having us. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
pretty much talked your ear off, so.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, these shit too.
No, it was good.
So you're good to go.
Yeah. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
point of these is to talk
Yeah.
about things.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking with like-minded people too.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all about
Yeah.
expanding the community and reaching
Mhm.
out to people and being kind and just kind of, I don't know, creating a network. So
Yep.
like that's like super cool, and we love to talk about this stuff. So anytime.
Yeah. And everything else they showed you, get to. If you guys are interested in them right now, for those two things.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
I'll look into it and
absolutely.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
do.
I'll
Yeah.
figure
Yep.
something out for you.
Yeah, we'd love that.
Would love to see.
Yeah.
Sure.
And after our road trip this fall, we'd love to come back and talk about it. So
100%. And
Yeah.
we definitely want to come back to Ohio. Columbus was great. And Griffin and Erin have celiac. There was a lot of good gluten-free food there. I have friends there, and the ghosts were ghosting, and it was just great. Like we can't wait to come back to Ohio for sure.
Yeah.
To visit.
Come back 100.
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you got we don't go live at any investigations or no? You don't do that. Oh, you do.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yep. Send the link out. I'll bless out for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just go live on our Facebook page. So yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Make sure you're following us.
I forgot to put this up there on my notes. Up in the corner there, it's a QR code for your Facebook page.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's super cool.
And by tonight early in the morning, you will be on Spotify. Spotify, but on YouTube. I gotta get my heart fixed. Something's all that, but it's really on higher too. But it's pretty cool because Spotify now has video too.
Oh, cool!
Oh,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Very cool.
So I started doing that.
Cool.
Love that.
Very cool.
So, all right, guys.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah. Thank you for having
Very
us.
much.
This was
Yeah, it
awesome.
was a great time.
yeah, I had a blast, and thanks again. I appreciate you having me on. And until next time, guys, happy haunting.
Bye.
Thank you too.
Good night.